So you want to learn C Sharp, but you don't know where to start or what programs to download? Well, you came to the right place. I'm going to show you how to download Visual Studio Code for Mac and Visual Studio 2022 CE Community Edition for Windows. By the end of this video, you'll be able to start an empty console project in either one of the IDEs, integrated development environments of your choice. Alright, first we need to go to visualstudio.microsoft.com/vs/community. I'll provide the link in the description. Next we'll click download, and the files will start downloading for the Visual Studio installer. It might take some time for the installer to run like mine did. I already have Visual Studio 2022 on my machine, but I do need to update the program. It's the same process for the install or an update. I'm just going to click update. So we wait again for the installer to finish the setup. So now that we're at this screen, I'm going to click modify. I'm going to wait for that to load up. Now we're going to click the workloads to install. I have everything clicked to install because I code in different languages and need this extra stuff. So I would suggest having the ASP.NET in the web development, Azure development, .NET MAUI, and the .NET desktop development workloads. I would also suggest having downloading the data storage and the processing tools so that you can work on databases and SQL Server objects. I'll be showing that in a future video when I discussing servers and databases. Install what you need and start Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. Once the program loads, we'll start by creating a new project. See, create new project. We're going to search for C Sharp. And so what we're looking for is the console app. Console app right there. We will do a Blazor web app in the future video, so take a mental note of where that's at and where it can be found, but this time we're just going to do a console app. We're just going to leave the name console app 1 as is, and you can change the location of the project to wherever you want it to be. We will click next and pick .NET 8 long-term support. Don't worry about any other options, just click create. Alright, so Visual Studio created a lot of stuff for us. It created a class called program with a main method inside of it. The main method is the entry point for this program to run. Inside the main method, Visual Studio provided us with the code to write hello world to the console. So that's the class right there, class called program. So now we have a console, or now we just click the green button to run the program. It's like a green triangle. So the program is building at the moment. Alright, so now we have a console window that popped up which displays our hello world message. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to get Visual Studio Code downloaded on your Mac and or your Windows machine. I'll leave the link in the description so you don't have to do the searching yourself, but download it for Mac or Windows, depending on which one you want. So after we download Visual Studio Code, the next step is to download the .NET SDK kit. You can pick, .NET 8 or the .NET 9, depending on your choice, whatever you want to do, your preference. Now we're going to search for Visual Studio Code and load the program. Alright, now we're going to go on the left-hand side to the extensions, search for C#. Make sure we install the C# base language support. Also make sure we have the dev kit installed. It's already installed on mine, so. And you can also install this, but make sure you don't depend on the AI. Alright, now we're going to create a new .NET project. So we can see all the different types of frameworks we can mess with. The ASP.NET, all that stuff. We have the Blazor stuff, kind of like what we saw in Visual Studio 22. Class libraries, unit testing, all that good stuff. So we're going to click Console App. So it's going to bring up a dialog box to where you want to save the project, the directory. So let's click New Folder and name it something. I'm going to name mine First Console App 02. I already have a folder named First Console App, so let's rename it with the 02. We click Open. We're going to name it First Console App. Click Enter. Click the SLN, that's the solution project, or the file, and then we're going to click Create Project. Alright, so let's explore our project structure over here on the left. We don't really need the Copilot. Yeah, explore this. Explore your folders. This is the solution file. There's the bin, the object, JSON. Here's the program.cs. So over here in the code we see our console.writeline hello world. Alright, so now we're going to run the project by clicking over here. Awesome. So now we see our hello world in the console output right there. So let's get rid of this right here. And let's create the same main method that we saw in Visual Studio 22, just to keep things the same. Alright, here's our namespace, the class file, program, and there's our main method, static void main, with our hello world in it. So yeah, there's the matching, the program.cs for the class, the namespace, showing the program right there, namespace. All our console.writelines like we had from Visual Studio 22. So let's run this. And we see in the output at the bottom our hello world message, and press any key to exit. So then we're gonna press any key to exit the program. Hello World Console app. I know it was my first intro program that was taught to me in college in many different coding languages. So what I want you guys to do is just check it out, look around the program, and just explore all the menus and icons around and see what they do. Get familiar with the Integrated Development Environment, or the IDE. The more comfortable you are with it, the more you can explore and expand your skills. Next video, we'll explore variables and variable types, along with getting input from the user. One thing I would like you guys to do is check out the type like console dot, and just check out all the attributes that you can use, all the methods that you can explore. Check that out. So if you found any of this information helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel massively.